Hi, good afternoon. My name is Rushin Peterson, the founder of Spottmedia. We are excited today to continue our series, and we are chatting to the owner and founder of Boxful. Her name is Tasmiyah Haff, and I am so excited to have her with me. Thank you so much, Tasmiyah, for joining me today.
It's such a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here and to just chat with you a little bit more about Boxful and what I've been doing.
Awesome, really interested to know more about this business, and I just want you to share with us a bit about yourself and who is Tasmiyah Haff. I see you've been doing wonderful things online, but just for our listeners and viewers, please share more about yourself and also this concept Boxful, the business, how you came about it.
Okay, so I think the best place for me to start is I am a beauty influencer, a makeup artist. I'm also a student. I'm studying accounting. So I kind of have my fingers in a lot of pies right now, I guess. But yeah, so that's pretty much how all of this began. I think I developed a love for makeup when I was somewhere around the ages of like 13 or 14. And makeup is expensive. So at around that age, I was like, oh, I really want to try out all of these cool products. And I would be seeing so many international influencers and international brands having all of these amazing new products that they were constantly launching. And that really excited me. But the problem was that you couldn't find a lot of those products in South Africa. And yeah, so I think kind of my first business and passion was born. So what I then started to do, I think I was 14 at the time, I saved up quite a bit and I just started importing products from overseas, from those international brands. Like I think around the time Kylie Cosmetics had just launched and there were like all of these other awesome brands coming out. So I started importing that and selling it here in South Africa, and that was doing really well. And I started getting into the space of like beauty influencing and reviewing products. And I took a little makeup artistry course, and I started doing makeup artistry on people as well. So that really became my life all throughout high school, and it was amazing. And then I think it was somewhere around last year, or was it? Yeah, when COVID had just hit. So pretty much what had happened at that time was this business was doing great. It was flourishing. And I started to import beauty subscription boxes as well. So the concept there was just international beauty subscription boxes. So they would put a couple of luxury items in a box every month and send it out. And the South African market was like really interested in that at the time. So I decided, let me start importing that too. So it did really great. And then I think when COVID had hit, the prices of everything just went through the roof. It was the customs charges, the shipping, and everything just increased drastically. And my audience and my customer base started to kind of taper off. So it was at that time that I pretty much had to close up that business because it just wasn't profitable anymore. Yeah, so I waited. I wasn't really doing anything for a while. I was just studying, keeping my focus there. And then the idea kind of came to me. I was talking to my sister and she was like, hey, how are things with your makeup business? And I was like, oh, I'm not really doing that anymore. So we started talking about a bunch of stuff and I was like, hey, maybe I should start my own sort of beauty subscription box here. And so the concept was relatively new. There's nothing like this. There wasn't like anything like this in SA when we had just launched. Yeah, so that is pretty much what I'm doing now.
Awesome and great story. I must say that a couple of months ago, I actually watched a documentary on cosmetics, and cosmetics, it was stated in that documentary, it's $1 billion industry. So it's quite an interesting industry to be in. And well done to you on getting your business off, your concept off. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of challenges at the moment in South Africa with regards to COVID. And I mean, you also shared with regards to your challenges with regards to the pandemic and what happened last year, and how you pivoted and how you transitioned your business. And share with me a bit about the concept Boxful. What does it really entail, and what really makes this different to any other concept out there in the market?
Okay, so I think the best place to start is, so Boxful is a monthly beauty subscription box. So we cover everything from makeup, skincare, hair care as well. So every month we curate a box of 4 to 5 full-sized beauty products. So right now we're doing a mixture of some local brands, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute, and then international brands as well. So yeah, that is pretty much the concept. And then I think when it comes specifically first speaking to the appeal to customers, it would be, number one, it's obviously the price point. The value of the box is a lot higher and almost 2 times what they're actually paying for it. So there's great value to be found in the products that you're purchasing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, like I mentioned before, beauty brands are constantly emerging and innovating and launching new products. And that can be super overwhelming for a consumer, especially someone that doesn't particularly have such a wide knowledge of beauty or makeup. So I think that's kind of where we step in, and we're like, okay, here are our top picks for the month. You know, this is stuff that we think you're really going to enjoy. What we're also doing now is we're allowing our customers to choose between like some luxury products. So we're giving them a bit more customization and control over what they receive every month. And everyone seems to really be enjoying that. So yeah, I think that speaks to what that is like for a customer. And then when it comes to speaking about it from a brand perspective, I think when we were thinking about the concept, I started to think about, well, let's see, how can I actually help local brands as well? Because I've been a long-time supporter and fan of so many local beauty brands. They crush the space. They come up with amazing products that can compare to those international brands that I mentioned before as well. So I decided, you know, instead of just throwing a bunch of already recognized brands into the box, I mean, sure, that would be great for me, but let's see, how can we help other businesses out here? So we pulled different local brands and we started chatting to them, and we were like, hey, let's give you guys a platform now. Let's get your products out there. Let's get them discovered. So what we're offering to brands is a discovery platform for their products. So obviously the people that are purchasing from Boxful are already people that are highly passionate about beauty. You know, they want to try new products. So this is exactly the kind of market that you want your product in front of. So that was our appeal to brands, you know. This is the person that wants to try your product. They're looking for a new favorite item. Let's give them yours. Let them have it. Let them try it out. So yeah, that was one of the things. And then it also functions as a discovery platform and a replenishment platform. So we're placing their products in these consumers' hands on a month-to-month basis. Their brand is going to become a staple in their lives, and by extension of that, something that they just cannot live without. So they associate that brand and that product, you know, with their day-to-day needs as well. So I think that's like a cool marketing benefit for the brands themselves. Yeah, and then I think when it comes to speaking about like our target market specifically, I'm not sure if that's something you want to hear about.
Yeah, I have a question on that, because I know with regards to beauty products, you know, it might be focused on females only. So is your product focused on females only, or are there males included into the audience?
So there's definitely males included into the audience. You know, I think the beauty space is for everyone. So our whole concept, our whole target audience is pretty much just anyone that's interested in makeup, anyone that's interested in skincare, who wants to learn more about it. You know, skincare, number one, of course, is for everyone, and makeup, of course, is for everyone as well. So even when we're working with influencers and we're working with like other bloggers and stuff, you know, we try to expand our reach as much as possible and be as inclusive as possible. Of course, we want to make everyone feel included in our brand. Boxful ultimately is a community of people coming together to just enjoy beauty and have fun with it and make that discovery process a really fun, exciting one. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Lovely. I love that. And I've been watching your things on social media, and I really love what it is that you are doing and the growth of this brand. And I just have a question for you, because I know that when you start out as an entrepreneur, business owner, there are many challenges that we have. And I say we because I am an entrepreneur as well. And challenges can be from staff to finances to even marketing. And I just want to ask you, I mean, are there any tips that you might have for future entrepreneurs or individuals wanting to start something?
Yeah, for sure. So number one, find your niche. That's always the best place to start, I think. And when you're finding your niche, it should be something that you're passionate about. So with me, I knew from a very early age that it was already makeup, it was already beauty. And so everything I've done since that point has kind of been in this direction. So I think finding your niche and knowing where you are, what you want to focus on is important. Number two would be, focus on solving a problem that people are experiencing right now. So I know for Boxful as well, when it comes to COVID, our whole thing was people can't go into a store right now and test out makeup products, like, on their hand or whatever that they usually would do. And so we pitched this to brands as well. And we were like, we know you guys are struggling right now because even with in-store consultants, they aren't able to have that such close contact with them anymore. So yeah, I think with us as well, it would be solving a problem. That would be number two. So what we did was we kind of spoke to other beauty brands as well when we were launching Boxful, and we said, hey, you know what, we know that you guys are struggling right now as well, because customers can't go into your typical brick and mortar store and test out a product the way they usually would. That experience has been taken away from them. And then of course your consultants can't have such close face-to-face contact with them anymore. So that's been hurting their sales, and we knew that. So we decided, you know what, this is something that's going to help the brand, where they're going to be able to get their products out and people can test them out at a cheaper price. And then of course we're helping out the consumer who wants that experience of testing out a product before they commit to the purchase. So that's just an example of what I mean by when I say solve a burning problem, something that people are going through, and you're offering a unique solution. So find your unique selling point, really. Yeah, so there's that. And then I think I have to say, start with a business plan. Like, that's the most obvious thing to do, yet so many people skip over that step entirely. And I think if you do that, you're almost setting yourself up for failure. You need to know things like who are your competitors, and you have to be on top of your game always when it comes to things like that. I know with Boxful, I only launched after like 6 to 7 months of intense planning. So it took me a really long time for me to finally be sure that everything was ready and perfect and in place. But also at the same time, don't procrastinate your launch. I definitely did that. I was really scared of walking into failure. So I kept trying to nitpick and make sure everything was absolutely perfect before I went ahead and did it. But at the same time, it's like, the longer you wait, the larger the chances that someone else out there is sitting with the same idea and they go ahead and they just do it. Yeah. So it's definitely a lot of things, but taking the dive and making that first step is important too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tasmiyah. Really love that. First of all, is to find your niche, then to solve a problem and to plan. So important things that resonate with me as well. And really interesting that that there's a common denominator here within the entrepreneurship world. So just quickly, what is, I mean, you've done quite a couple of things. You got the launch off now for Boxful. Anything that we should be looking out for in the near future? Anything that you're busy with at the moment?
Yeah, so at the moment, well, it is Women's Month, so we are intensely focused on that. We have in our August box, it's exclusively female-founded brands, so we're really looking to celebrate that. And some of the women's that are featured in our box, you know, they have an incredible story to tell. So we're going to be doing a lot of work on that spectrum. And then I think we're also working on rolling out a bunch of other programs as well. So one would be like a loyalty program where we want to be able to give back to our subscribers some sort of loyalty points and things like that for them to enjoy. So I think you can probably speak from a marketing perspective of how important that is for your customers.
Yeah, 100%. But I won't give anything away today. I think we can chat another time on that. But no, I think you're definitely on the right path. And thank you so much, Tasmiyah, once again for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to speak to you, and really wish you well with the growth of your brand, Boxful, for the year ahead.
Thank you, and likewise, of course, with Spottmedia.
Thank you so much.